Hey guys, it's Michael Goodman here again, and welcome to the video cast from theliquiddietplan.com. And it's been a really special day today. It's a late autumn afternoon at the moment. It's about 4 p.m. and it's been an absolutely spectacular day. The sun has been shining. It's been very cold, but it's been one of those very sort of emotional days. And to explain what I mean, it's one of those days when you're out walking and there's the sort of late afternoon sun and the smell of wood smoke in the air from burning garden leaves, and it's just been just a beautiful autumnal day. And I think days like this really make you sort of think about how lucky you are to be alive. Basically, they make you feel fantastic, and started to think now about Christmas as well, and about family times and that sort of thing. And in fact, my family have decided to go out today, and they've left me all to my own devices, which is quite unusual actually. They don't normally do that. We normally are out together, but for one reason or the other, I had a few other things to do today. So I've actually been to the gym, and I've put the dinner in the oven, roast chicken for the family, and I thought, well, while that's cooking, I'll jump online and let's make a short video about the breakthrough breakfast. And for those of you who are not familiar with the website is theliquiddietplan.com, and we are a fairly new organization. And just to tell you a little bit about what we do, our mission really is to keep you obviously informed and to provide you with free recipes and information about health and well-being. One of the things that we particularly think is very important is for the benefit of weight loss specifically, is to encourage people to eat more natural whole foods. And I think you can see from the pictures on screen that we're looking at a particular recipe here that contains natural ingredients, and that's a very important thing to bear in mind when looking to produce a liquid diet meal. It's very easy to just pick up a packet of powder and shake it in a shaker with some milk and dash out the house, but in real terms, in terms of benefiting your whole body and making sure that the food that you eat satiates you, and obviously that meaning that you don't feel hungry an hour or two later, it's really important to try to layer different types of foods together. And that's one of the things that this recipe does particularly well. Let me just give you a quick look at the website where we can actually see the ingredients that are in this smoothie. And there's a beautiful image here. I'm quite proud of that actually, because I took that on my iPhone late one afternoon with the sun shining through this wonderful smoothie to test the recipe. All the recipes obviously have to be tested to make sure they blend well and they taste great. And in this particular case, you can see that the result is quite stunning actually, if I say so myself. And it's, in terms of the contents of the recipe, it's really simple, and there aren't that many ingredients in it. And the good thing about these particular ingredients is they're relatively inexpensive to buy and very easy to store. As you can see there, some of the drier ingredients, things like rolled oats and shredded coconut, you can actually just keep them in packets or jars in the cupboard. And the same with the seeds. Most people have got ordinary dairy milk in the refrigerator. If you are interested in trying something new and you've never tried it, I do recommend that you buy carton form coconut milk, which is also we'll talk about in another episode about how important it is to incorporate coconut products into your diet for weight loss. But just, looking down the recipe list and to talk a little bit about how the recipe prepares in the blender, it's really straightforward. You obviously start with the blueberries. Frozen are best, and some people do prefer to defrost the blueberries. Personally, I don't do that, and there is a reason for that, which I'll tell you in a minute. But I actually think that it produces a better, quite thick, natural blend when you use the blueberries just frozen straight out the freezer, out the bag. The cup size, it says 1.5 cups. The cup is a kind of an ordinary cup that you would have tea out of, really. It's not a builder's mug or a huge, some of these great big soda, cups that you get. It's not that size. It is important that you don't use too many frozen blueberries, because they can cause the blender to slow down quite dramatically as the smoothie thickens up. But we add a little bit of fruit as well, a little bit of apple or a pear, 3 tablespoons of rolled oats, not the sort of instant variety that have had a lot of the good fibre removed from them. Choose the better quality, just ordinary rolled oats. You don't need to cook them or anything like that, just put them in dry, 3 tablespoons. Same for the unsweetened shredded coconut. And I've said unsweetened because, again, there's 2 varieties that I know of, and one is for making cakes with, and it tends to be very sweet. So don't choose that one. Try to get either an organic one or one that says it's unsweetened shredded coconut. And what that'll do is it'll add a lovely sweet flavour profile, to the blueberry and apple recipe. And on top of that, you can probably see there's a few other sort of added ingredients that you think, well, what are they doing there? Well, pumpkin seeds are a really, really good source of omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, and in quite a few of the recipes there are a fair amount of nuts and seeds, and provided that you've not got a nut allergy, there's quite a few of these recipes where you can add 50 or 75 grams of toasted nuts too as well, and it really does make a massive difference to the flavour. One other ingredient that gives this particular breakfast smoothie something of a special boost is the whey protein powder. There is a particular one that I would recommend, but I'll put that in another newsletter or one of the other articles on the website later on. But for now, if you do use whey protein powder or protein powder that comes from other sources, then feel free to use the one that you currently use. The reason for the inclusion of the protein is that if you're obviously looking to lose weight, one of the important factors to breakfast is to actually get around about 20 or 30 grams of protein into it. It is important because it will prevent you from picking at chocolate and other foods between meals, and it really does help to satiate your hunger. Also, you'll notice at the bottom I've got a couple of special extra ingredients, and it says there supercharged with omega-3s, and I think that again is another reference to very healthy oils that you can get from either a seed source. I've suggested flax seeds there, or in fact hemp seed oil, which is another really good additive for breakfast smoothies and all sorts of smoothies really. But again, this is an absolutely fantastic source of omega-3 fatty acids. Hemp oil, I believe, has got 25 times the quantity of omega-3 fatty acid than extra virgin olive oil, so it's pretty potent stuff, and I must say it really does taste great as well. It's got quite a mild nutty flavour, but you just need to give it a go and see what you think, and leave us comments, feedback in the comments, and hopefully that's going to be a really good sort of stand-up recipe that you'll be able to use over and over again. And I think just a little bit about the principle of why we've introduced, this breakthrough breakfast. And the reason for calling it that is because what we're trying to encourage people to do is to really get away from the habit of eating wheat-based products for breakfast. And again, there's quite a lot of information about why we should be doing that for weight loss, and without going into it too deeply, there is some significant evidence that wheat can help to, or rather not help, if you're trying to lose weight, because it can tend to cause spikes in blood sugar, and that's something that we're looking to avoid. And you might say, well, you've got lots of fruit in there, that's got sugar in it. Well, yes, it has, but the good thing about actually using fruit and putting it together with a range of sort of fats and oats is that you're providing quite a significant amount of what we call buffer material in the smoothie. And what that does is, because it's very fibrous, it will slow down the rate of absorption of those sugars. And do remember that when you incorporate whole natural foods in a smoothie, it's not like just adding refined sugar. Those particular berries and nuts and seeds have some very, very good sources of nutrients and vitamins that you wouldn't get from just ordinary packet cereals. And the other thing that's probably important to point out is that this particular recipe has been tested on, well, hundreds now of customers who have given us very positive feedback for this particular recipe in terms of its ability to satiate hunger. And that is one of the really big factors when you're trying to lose weight and you're really looking for a solution, if you excuse the pun, to actually to this problem of feeling hungry. And the other really great thing about this particular breakthrough breakfast is it's all put together in a blender, and it literally takes about 2 minutes flat to produce. And the other really great thing about it is that you can take some of it with you on the go. You needn't drink it all down really quickly. You can, obviously drink some as a portion of breakfast, and then what I'd suggest you do is take another portion, about 5 or 6 ounces perhaps, in a flask, or you may have a bottle that seals well, and it works very well. It keeps it till the afternoon, no problem at all. There's nothing in there that's going to cause it to go off or rancid or anything like that. And it's actually a very good way of avoiding the 11 o'clock temptation of the chocolate biscuit and that sort of thing. So give it a go, and let us know. Give us your feedback in the comments. And what I would encourage you to do is visit the website at theliquiddietplan.com. Sign up for the free newsletter if you haven't already, and you'll find that there's a resource section that has some very useful tools for those of you that are looking to lose weight. So check it out, and that's it for now. See you in the next episode.